Good morning, Year 9. I hope you're keeping yourself well. It's Mr. Sutton here in this video to help you to remotely work from home on some bits and pieces for design and technology. Now, first of all, you are quite advanced in these bits and pieces, and I've been really impressed with the drawings that you've created. Now, this is the example that I've used previously from a student, and I really like this one because it really comes up into that sort of top level. It's approaching the level that we would expect to see ideas generated at GCSE in product design and engineering. What I like about this is that it's got a really nice use of colour and tone, and this is one of the areas that I'd really like you to look back on. I know most of you have actually done quite a lot of the drawings already, but the focus today is to make sure that they are absolutely perfect, and a little bit of an evaluation of that within your booklets as well. Now, if you don't have your booklet with you, which may well be some of you, I know that there was quite a few that were left behind because you kind of missed out on that little bit where we were going to be taking them home. So I am aware that this is something that we've got a bit of an issue with. However, I'd like you to try to remember what you did and try to come up with a design, a sort of final design for yours, if that is the problem that you have. We'll do future lessons where we look at a bit of theory and sort of build on your theory ability and have a look at it not being centered purely around the booklets. This is an example, and the reason I like this one here is that it's taken and it's got multiple views. Now, I really want you to try to bring this into your own drawings, in that don't just draw one simple design like, just this front one just here. I want you to try to make sure that you've got other additional ones, like this back view, and even in the inside of the lid, and it shows it's sort of opening, and where the hinges and a button that clips in. I mean, they could even go further than that and talk about the mechanism that would actually control this. Now, you've got an hour to do design and technology. I would expect a drawing like this to take at least that amount of time to really think about the brief that you've been given, the specification that you've written, the fact that it should be for a teenager potentially going to some sort of event or some sort of festival, and they're doing camping. So this particular one, it's almost like you could imagine it being for a pot noodle. You've got a level just here, a level marker here for water. So if you were pouring in boiling water into it, and it's got the grips on here that would be made out, shaped rest for holding easily. They could be made out of a different material, so think about the materials that you could have. It could be like that kind of squishy kind of rubber that would really, really help you on that one. You've got a thumb rest there. I like the fact that this is a spork. It's a mixture of a fork and a spoon, if you've never seen one of those before, and it folds up and it can go into here. But this spork holder, maybe that's elasticated so that it holds it tight. I want you to think about this. Certainly this is a nice design, but it could have gone that one step further, and if we're thinking about going up and trying to annotate or think about how we can really explain our ideas in detail, this is a perfect example of it. Grippable rubber layer, so there's also a layer at the bottom here. Can you see that? So that it actually grips on the work surface. And the inside of the lid, the fact that there's separators. So what I want is the design for multiple views. It might well be that you're developing it up. You've got that design that you want to go forward with, but that's not the end. It really needs to be thought through with mechanisms and how it all goes together. Those are the ones that really make the biggest of differences as far as drawings are concerned. Now, if you do have your booklet as well, and even if you don't, what I will try and do is I will see if I can convert this to a PDF, and I will upload it so you can download it and print it off if necessary from home, and just add those in. So you can, of course, do your drawings on here where it's got, the initial idea for the other ideas. If you didn't manage to get 3 of those in your booklet, you can do this. We can stick them in when we get back. But this evaluation of ideas, because I'd like you to think about, and it's got idea 1 and idea 2, it hasn't actually got a third idea until you get down to this second page, and then it asks you to do a bit of testing with people at home. Now hopefully you've got the perfect opportunity. It's not exactly ideal, the situation that we're all in, but it does give you access to people to test your designs. So what I want you to do is to start doing this one, Certainly if you're having to do a major drawing, you may only get half of this done in the hour. You may not even get a chance to do this, but this is kind of an extension task, and I'll come back to this when I speak to you next Friday. You've got the aesthetics, the function, and the customer, and I just want you to decide how well each of your designs does underneath these criteria. So for example, looking back at your specification, how well do you think it is? How good does it look? You know, I mean, you can give it a star rating maybe, or a score out of 5, but then explain it. I don't want just a star rating in this bit. I want you to explain why and justify why you've given it. So if you're giving it 5 over 5, I'm expecting really good positives there for you to explain exactly why its function is absolutely fantastic, especially when compared to the other ideas. If it's very, very low, I want you to explain why it's low. If it's a middling one, maybe it's got positives and negatives. Again, those people that are going up for a higher level, for 5, 6, 7 and above, you need to make sure these are justified. Maybe even continue it on a separate piece of paper, or even do it as a separate thing in Word or even PowerPoint if you wish. But trying to build up those ideas for those people especially who are thinking of doing engineering and also product design and 3D design later on, being able to evaluate your ideas and really discuss them in detail, putting forward reasons that they're good and reasons where they're not so good, is an absolutely crucial skill that you need to build up. So to recap, it's getting those ideas, designing up a really good final design, drawing it up. I imagine that could take the full hour. And second one, doing the evaluation of these ideas, trying to really bore down into it, getting those looking great. I know it's not ideal, but I swear that, you know, doing some drawings from home is a really nice thing you can do. You've all got access to paper, I'm sure, as well as pencils, pencil crayons, that type of thing, to really help you get a nice area in your house and start coming up with those lovely ideas. What we'll do is next week I'll try and extend that. We might look at a bit more of the theory that helps us with this, and we'll also finish off this evaluating side of it. Hope to see you all soon. Keep yourself safe, keep yourself well, and I hope to see you all in the flesh very soon.